Hello, dear friend. Have you ever found yourself standing at the crossroads of life, feeling the weight of uncertainty pressing down on your shoulders? Imagine the moment when everything seems still, and in that silence, a gentle whisper beckons you to step forward. This is not just another day, it's the beginning of your journey towards something extraordinary. Today, let's explore the hidden pathways that lead to divine encounters and the transformative power that lies within you. Are you ready to uncover the treasures waiting just ahead? As the sun began to rise, casting a golden hue over the landscape, you felt an inexplicable pull toward the horizon. Each step you took was a step away from doubt and into the realm of possibility. The path ahead was not paved, but rather woven with the threads of your past experiences, each one a lesson guiding you forward. You suddenly recalled moments of hidden obedience, those seemingly insignificant decisions that had steered you towards this very point. Perhaps it was the kindness shown to a stranger, or the courage to speak up when silence felt easier. Each act, though small, had been a seed planted in fertile soil, waiting for the right moment to bloom. As you walked, the air around you shifted. It was as if the universe conspired to affirm your journey, and with every breath, you inhaled the sweet scent of potential. Just then, a gentle breeze danced through the trees, whispering promises of change. You paused, feeling the warmth of heaven's laughter echoing in your heart, a soft reminder that your journey was both recognized and celebrated. With renewed vigor, you pressed onward, your spirit buoyed by the assurance that you were not alone. Shadows of doubt began to dissipate, replaced by a steadfast belief that your hidden obedience was not in vain. The echoes of your past struggles transformed into a symphony of hope, each note resonating with the truth that your story was unfolding in perfect timing. Chosen one, the figure spoke, their voice a melodic blend of authority and gentleness. You have traveled far, and the time has come for you to embrace your true identity. Each word wrapped around you like a comforting blanket, igniting a flame of recognition within. Collective energy you are generating is palpable, and I believe it will resonate deeply with those who encounter your message. However, do not forget the importance of the atmosphere you create during your gathering. It should be a sacred space where everyone feels safe to share and connect. Elena chimed in, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. How about we create a circle of chairs instead of rows? This way, everyone can see each other, and it feels more intimate. As you all continued brainstorming, you felt a sense of clarity wash over you. The gathering was not just about sharing stories and declarations. It was about creating a sanctuary where healing could unfold, connections could deepen, and hope could flourish. Invited speakers or facilitators who can guide discussions on personal growth and healing. Elena proposed, her enthusiasm infectious. They could offer insights and tools that resonate with people's journeys, making our gathering even more impactful. Matteo nodded, his silver hair catching the soft light. I have a friend who is a motivational speaker. She has an incredible story of overcoming hardship. I'll reach out to her and see if she can join us. Her energy would be a great addition. As the figure spoke, a vision began to unfold before your eyes. You saw the faces of those you had touched with your kindness, the ripples of your actions reaching far beyond what you could see. It was a tapestry woven with threads of love, hope, and resilience. As the planning session unfolded, you felt a deeper sense of purpose solidifying within you. Each detail was not just a logistical consideration, it was an opportunity to create a nurturing environment where hearts could open and souls could connect. The vision of the legacy of hope was manifesting in ways you had only dreamed of, and the energy among the group was contagious. The guide, observing the momentum, spoke up again. Remember, chosen ones, every element you incorporate is a reflection of your collective spirit. This gathering is a sacred space, and the care you put into it will resonate with every person who walks through those doors. With every idea exchanged, you felt the anticipation grow. The gathering was transforming into as the days raced toward the gathering, excitement intertwined with anticipation, creating an electric atmosphere in the group. Each meeting at the meadow had become a moment of fortification, a time to fine-tune every detail, ensuring that the legacy of hope would resonate deeply with all who attended. Mateo was busy arranging the circle of chairs, ensuring that everyone would have a seat in a position that fostered connection. "We need to make sure there's enough room for everyone to feel comfortable," he said, adjusting the spacing with care. "This is a safe haven, a place for openness." You took a moment to step back and appreciate the transformation unfolding around you. The walls were adorned with the Wall of Hope, where colorful cards with declarations written by each member of the group were already hanging. You could envision how powerful it would be for newcomers to see the collective strength of those who had come before them, a visual representation of unity and resilience. Every decision you made in the shadows has been a step toward greatness. The figure continued, gesturing toward the horizon, where the sun was now fully risen, illuminating the path ahead. But there is more for you to discover. Your journey is not solely for yourself. It holds the weight of generations to come. The seeds you plant today will yield a harvest that nourishes souls yet unborn. Let's also create a space for reflection, you suggested, feeling the need for a quiet area where attendees could gather their thoughts or find a moment of peace amidst the excitement. Maybe we can set up a small corner with cushions and a soft throw blanket. A little table with candles and stones for grounding could invite attendees to take a moment for themselves if they need it. As you all worked together to set up this sanctuary of reflection, you felt a wave of gratitude wash over you. Each detail and contribution was a testament to the community spirit that had blossomed among you. The air felt charged with anticipation, and the energy was palpable. It was as if the very fabric of the space was woven with hope. With everything coming together beautifully, you gathered the group for a moment of reflection before the big day. Let's take a moment to share what this journey has meant to us, you suggested, feeling that it would deepen the bond you had formed. Hair shimmering in the soft light, adding to his sage-like presence. This journey has reminded me that it's never too late to pursue what ignites our hearts. I feel a renewed sense of purpose, one that I thought had long faded. You all have reignited that flame within me. A sense of urgency filled thee. When it was your turn, you took a deep breath and spoke from the heart. I am so grateful for this community. It has become a lifeline, a reminder that we are not alone in our struggles. The work we are doing together is transformative, not just for us, but for everyone who will walk through those doors tomorrow. We are paving the way for others to find their own voices. The group nodded, the atmosphere thick with collective understanding. The guide, who had been quietly observing, stepped forward. You have created a beautiful foundation for tomorrow's gathering. Remember, the energy you cultivate tonight will carry into the event. Let go of any lingering doubts or fears. They have no place in this sacred space you are creating. Before you departed for the night, you gathered once more in a circle, hands clasped together. Let's take a moment to seal this night with a collective prayer, a moment to invite blessings upon our gathering, you suggested, sensing the weight of the occasion pressing upon you. Each face around the circle radiated a mixture of anticipation and reverence, reflecting the deep commitment shared among you. Elena squeezed your hand, and you could feel the warmth of unity coursing through the circle. May we be vessels of light, she added, her voice soft yet powerful. Let our vulnerability become a source of strength for others. Matteo's voice joined the chorus, resonating with authority. And may we remember that our journeys, though different, are intertwined in profound ways. Let our collective legacy ripple out into the world, touching lives we have yet to meet. After the final Amen was spoken, a sense of peace settled over the group. You opened your eyes, taking in the faces of your companions, each one a beacon of hope and resilience, ready to embrace the journey ahead. Let's remember to recharge tonight, you encouraged, sensing the importance of rest before the big day. You took a moment to reflect before heading to the community center. The journey to this point had been transformative, not just for others, but for yourself as well. The scars of doubt and fear had begun to fade, replaced by a vibrant tapestry woven from the threads of connection and shared purpose. Arriving at the center, you were greeted by the familiar sight of your companions, each busy with their own tasks. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement, laughter, and the unmistakable scent of fresh pastries filling the air. Elena was setting up a table laden with an array of treats, each one lovingly chosen to nurture the souls who would soon arrive. "Good morning. Look at this spread." Elena beamed, gesturing proudly to the colorful display. The bakery really outdid themselves. I can already feel the warmth radiating from these goodies. "Are we ready?" you asked, your voice a mixture of nerves and excitement. "Ready as we'll ever be," Elena replied, her eyes sparkling. "I can't wait to see who shows up." Matteo checked the time and nodded. "Let's gather in the center for a quick pep talk before we open the doors. We want to be aligned in our intention and energy." You all formed a small circle, hands clasped once more. The energy was different this time. There was a sense of collective purpose that vibrated through you, uniting your hearts in this mission. "Today is about creating a sanctuary," you began, your voice steady. "Let's remember that each person who walks through these doors is searching for connection, understanding, and hope. Our role is not just to share our stories, but to listen, to uplift, and to empower." Elena added, "Let's keep the atmosphere warm and inviting. A friendly smile or a simple greeting can make all the difference in someone's experience today." With the last words of encouragement echoing in your hearts, you felt a collective shift, a wave of readiness, as you all took your positions near the entrance. The moment had arrived. The doors swung open, and with it, the invitation to a new chapter began. "Welcome," you called out, your voice infused with enthusiasm. "You're part of something special today. This is a space for you to be heard, to share, and to connect." Elena moved gracefully among the guests, offering them pastries and drinks, her infectious energy drawing people into conversation. Matteo stood at the entrance, welcoming each person with a steady presence, grounding the atmosphere with his calm demeanor. As the room began to fill, you noticed a diverse tapestry of individuals, young and old, men and women, each carrying their own stories and struggles. The realization washed over you that this gathering was indeed a microcosm of the world outside, a place where healing could begin through shared vulnerability. Once the initial mingling faded, you felt it was time to gather everyone for the opening circle. You stepped forward, your heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and nerves. "Can I have everyone's attention, please?" you called out, your voice echoing softly in the warm, inviting space. As the attendees settled into their seats, you felt the energy shift once more. As the attendees settled into their seats, you felt the energy shift once more. The room became hushed, anticipation hanging thick in the air like the sweet scent of blooming flowers. You could sense the collective yearning for connection, each person quietly hoping to find a kindred spirit among the gathering. "Thank you all for being here today," you began, your voice steady yet warm. "This gathering is not just an event. It's a sanctuary where we can share our stories, support one another, and ignite the flames of hope within our hearts. Each of you brings a unique journey to the table, and together we will create a powerful tapestry of resilience and transformation." Matteo stepped forward, his gentle presence commanding attention. "As we embark on this journey together, I invite you to open your hearts and minds. Each moment we share today is an opportunity to connect, to heal, and to inspire one another. Let's create an atmosphere of trust and respect, where everyone feels safe to express themselves." As you looked around the circle, you could see nods of agreement, eyes glistening with unshed tears, and smiles beginning to bloom. The energy in the room felt alive, a current of hope flowing between each person. As you guided everyone through the breathing exercise, you noticed a wave of calm wash over the room. The tension in some shoulders relaxed, and you could hear the gentle rhythm of breaths synchronizing, a reminder of the shared experience that brought you all together. You nodded slowly, starting to understand that these experiences, once seen as burdens, were actually stepping stones on your path to greatness. The light of your potential flickered in the distance, beckoning you to press forward. It was time to transform your perspective and declare your readiness to rise above the past. Now, as you open your eyes, I invite you to look around this circle, you said, your voice gentle yet firm. Each face you see is a reflection of courage. Each person here has chosen to step out of their comfort zone, to embrace vulnerability as a stepping stone to healing. Let's honor that bravery today. A moment of silence hung in the air, a collective deep breath as the attendees exchanged nervous glances. Then, a young woman sitting on the edge of the circle raised her hand hesitantly. With a soft, shaky voice, she began, "I'm Maria. I've struggled with anxiety for years, and it often feels like it defines me. I've come here today hoping to find a way to reclaim my voice." As Maria's voice trembled through the air, A hush fell over the gathering, creating a cocoon of empathy and understanding. Each word she uttered resonated with the hearts of those present, revealing the raw vulnerability that so many carried in silence. I often feel trapped in my own mind, like there's a wall between me and the world. I want to break through that wall, but I don't know how, she confessed, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. You could feel the collective breath of the room as her honesty sparked a flame of connection. Elena leaned forward, her expression one of unwavering support. "Thank you for sharing that, Maria. It takes immense courage to voice our struggles, and you are not alone. We're all here to lift each other up." The atmosphere was charged with compassion, and as Maria finished speaking, you noticed several heads nodding in solidarity. It was a moment of solidarity that transcended words. Another attendee, a middle-aged man named Carlos, spoke up next. "I'm here because I've been grappling with feelings of inadequacy for a long time. I've watched others succeed while I've felt stuck. I want to find my place in this world and reclaim my confidence," he said, his voice steady but tinged with frustration. With each declaration, a tapestry of shared experiences began to weave itself. Others in the circle followed suit, revealing their own battles with anxiety, doubt, and fear of failure. You felt a profound sense of gratitude for the trust each person was placing in the space you had all created together. As stories unfolded, you sensed the energy in the room shifting. A woman with fiery red hair, whose name you learned was Sophia, took her turn next. "I've always been the one to support others, but I've neglected my own needs for so long. I'm here to learn how to prioritize my own well-being," she said, her voice steady, yet tinged with a hint of sadness. "Thank you for sharing, Sophia," you said, sensing the weight of her words. "Your journey is just as important as anyone else's. Remember, self-care is not selfish. It is essential for our ability to be there for others." The conversation continued, each speaker adding layers to the rich tapestry of the gathering. With every shared story, the room grew warmer, not just in temperature, but in spirit. You could feel the anxiety and fear begin to dissipate, replaced by a sense of belonging and acceptance. As the circle turned back to you, you felt a wave of inspiration wash over you. What if we take a moment to reflect on the strength we've shown here today? You proposed. Let's think about the courage it takes to voice our truths and how that courage can spark healing, not just for ourselves. As you spoke, the room seemed to hold its breath, the collective energy poised for the next step in this transformative journey. What if we take a moment to reflect on the strength we've shown here today? You proposed. Let's think about the courage it takes to voice our truths and how that courage can spark healing, not just for ourselves, but for those around us. Elena nodded, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. Yes, each story we've shared today is a seed planted in the hearts of everyone here. Together, we can cultivate an environment where healing can flourish. Matteo, always the wise anchor, added, "It's important to recognize that healing isn't a solitary journey. It's a communal experience. When one of us heals, we create a path for others to follow. Speak aloud your declarations, for your words hold power. Proclaim your identity, not as a victim of circumstance, but as a victor in the face of adversity." The figure's voice resonated with authority, compelling you to respond with conviction. Sophia smiled as she spoke. I commit to taking time each week for self-care, whether it's reading a book, going for a walk. Excellent, the guide responded, a knowing smile illuminating their face. Those declarations are not mere words. They are the keys to your transformation. Each affirmation sends ripples through the fabric of existence, shaping your reality and inviting abundance into your life. Now, chosen one, it is time to take action, the figure instructed, gesturing towards a vibrant meadow in the distance. The landscape of your journey is rich with opportunities. Each step you take from this moment onward is a testament to your commitment to your purpose. Embrace the challenges, for they are the crucibles in which your character will be forged. You nodded, feeling the weight of the moment settle within you. A sense of clarity. With a determined heart, you began your trek toward the meadow, each step resonating with the resolve of your declarations. As you walked, the vibrant colors of the wildflowers filled your vision, painting a picture of potential and growth. The air was thick with the sweet fragrance of blooming possibilities, each flower a reminder that beauty often emerges from the most unexpected places. The figure followed closely behind, a silent guardian of your journey, their presence grounding you in the energy of the moment. Look closely, chosen one, they encouraged, gesturing toward the meadow. Each flower represents an opportunity that awaits your embrace. Some may appear small, while others tower with grandeur, but all are significant in the tapestry of your life. You knelt beside a delicate blue flower, its petals shimmering under the sunlight. "What does this one signify?" you asked, curiosity lighting up your gaze. As you stood and continued onward, your heart swelled with gratitude. For the path you had walked thus far, you had begun to see the value in every moment, every decision, and the collective impact they had on your journey. Suddenly, a rustling sound drew your attention. A group of people emerged from the trees at the edge of the meadow, their faces filled with a mix of excitement and trepidation. You felt an instant connection to them, as if they were fellow travelers on a similar quest. "Gather around," one of the newcomers called out, their voice ringing with enthusiasm that cut through the morning air. They approached with an aura of camaraderie, and as they drew near, you could see the diversity in their expressions. Each face a canvas painted with stories of struggle and triumph. You felt a magnetic pull toward them, as if the threads of your destinies were intertwining. A woman with bright, earnest eyes stepped forward. "I'm Elena," she introduced herself, her voice steady, yet infused with a hint of vulnerability. "I've been wandering for so long, feeling lost and forgotten. I came here hoping to find clarity." An older man, his silver hair shining under the sun, nodded in agreement. "I'm Matteo. I once believed my time for greatness had passed, but something tells me it's not too late. I can feel the shift in the air," he added, his gaze flickering between you and the guide. "Together, we can lift one another," the figure said, their voice resonating like a beacon of hope. "The journey can be daunting when walked alone, but in community, we find strength." As you share your stories, as the guide spoke, you could feel the energy in the air shift, a palpable current of hope and potential flowing between you and the others. Each person's story was a thread weaving into a collective narrative, one that promised to uplift and empower. Matteo chimed in. "I've spent years doubting myself, believing the lie that my best days were behind me. But I feel a stirring in my spirit today, a reminder that age is not a barrier to purpose. He looked at each of you, his gaze filled with a fierce conviction that seemed to ignite a flame of courage in your own heart. The group listened intently, nodding in understanding as you spoke. You felt the walls of isolation crumble, replaced by a warm sense of belonging. The guide stepped back, observing the dynamic with a knowing smile. In this gathering, you are not just sharing stories. You are forging a bond that will empower each of you to rise above the challenges you face. Remember, there is immense strength in unity. Your voices, together, can create a symphony that resonates far beyond this moment. It is a melody of hope, courage, and transformation that will echo through the valleys of despair, reaching those who feel lost and forgotten. With the guide's words hanging in the air, a wave of inspiration washed over you. You realized that this gathering was not simply a chance encounter, but a divine orchestration, a moment meant to ignite a movement. The energy pulsed around you, creating an atmosphere thick with anticipation. You felt a sense of urgency to contribute, to add your voice to this powerful chorus. "I declare that I am a beacon of hope," you proclaimed, your voice strong and steady. "I will not allow my past to define my future. Instead, I will embrace every challenge as an opportunity for growth." The others followed suit, each declaration a unique expression of newfound resolve. With newfound purpose, you could feel the earth thrumming beneath you, echoing the declarations made in unity. It was a sound that resonated deep within your spirit, awakening a sense of collective power that had been dormant for far too long. Together, the guide interjected, their voice rising above the chorus of empowerment. "You are not just individuals on a journey, you are a movement. Each declaration sends ripples into the universe, creating waves of change that will touch lives beyond your understanding. The path ahead is not solely for you. It is for those who will be inspired by your courage." As you looked around at the faces of your newfound companions, you realized the truth in the guide's words. The potential for transformation was palpable, a force that could uplift not only your lives, but also the lives of countless others who felt trapped in the shadows of despair. Matteo nodded, his silver hair catching the sunlight. "And I can reach out to local organizations that help those in need. We can partner with them to provide resources and support. Together, we can amplify our message." The guide watched, a proud smile on their face as the group's energy was transformed into a living blueprint of hope. The air was electric with possibilities as each of you began to map out actionable steps to bring your declarations to fruition. As the sun began its descent, casting a warm, golden light over the meadow, it felt as if the universe itself was aligning with your intentions. "I can create a social media campaign," you suggested, feeling the enthusiasm build within the group. "We can share our stories, spread the word about our gatherings, and use our voices to reach those who may not know they are not alone." The thought of amplifying your collective message filled you with a sense of purpose. Elena beamed at your idea. "That's brilliant. We can showcase the declarations, share moments of vulnerability, and encourage others to join us. It can be a platform for healing and connection." As you all continued to brainstorm, a deeper understanding began to crystallize within you. This was not merely about individual journeys, but a collective movement, an awakening of souls that would resonate far beyond the meadow. It was about creating a legacy of hope that would endure, an echo of the declarations made under the canopy of that sky, where dreams intertwined with reality. The sun dipped lower, casting long shadows that danced along the grass, and you could feel the weight of destiny pressing down upon you, urging you to give life to this vision. As the last rays of light embraced the meadow, you turned to your companions, your heart swelling with gratitude. "This is just the beginning," you said, your voice steady and filled with conviction. "We are not just here to share our stories, we are here to ignite a movement. Each step we take from now on is infused with purpose. Together, we will create a ripple effect that will touch lives in ways we cannot yet imagine." Finally, Matteo spoke up, his voice calm yet powerful. "What if we call it the legacy of hope? It signifies our commitment to leaving a mark on the world, a legacy that inspires future generations to embrace their own journeys." The words hung in the air, and you could feel an electric charge. "The legacy of hope," you repeated, testing it against your heart. It felt right, an embodiment of everything you had experienced and were about to create together. The sun finally dipped below the horizon, leaving behind a canvas painted in hues of orange and purple. The air felt charged with purpose, a quiet excitement simmering in the hearts of those gathered in the meadow. As the last light faded, the stars began to twinkle, reminding you of the countless possibilities that lay ahead. With the name of your movement settled, the sense of urgency intensified. "We need to take immediate action," you said, your voice rising with conviction. "Let's plan our first gathering. We can invite everyone and anyone who has felt the weight of despair. We can share our stories, our declarations, and create a safe space for healing." Matteo chimed in. "I can help with logistics. We'll need chairs, a sound system, and promotional materials. I can reach out to local businesses for sponsorship or support." You nodded, feeling the momentum build. The vision was taking shape, and the excitement crackled in the air. "And I'll start working on the social media campaign," you added. "We can create a buzz that draws people in, encouraging them to join our movement. Let's share our declarations and invite others to declare their hopes as well." You closed your eyes, allowing the energy of the moment to wash over you. The gentle breeze rustled through the trees, weaving through the fabric of your thoughts, reminding you of the sacredness of this gathering. Together, you were not just a group of individuals. You were a collective force, bound by a shared mission to uplift and empower. Elena nodded, her expression serene as she mirrored your actions. Matteo followed suit, and soon the entire group joined in a meditative rhythm. Inhale deeply, filling your lungs with the vibrant energy around you. Hold it for a moment, and then exhale slowly, releasing the weight of uncertainty. Matteo spoke up, his voice firm yet gentle. "We should also consider how to follow up after the gathering. Creating a sense of community will be vital. We need to ensure that the connections made during our gathering don't end when people leave. Let's brainstorm ways to keep the momentum going." Elena's eyes lit up. "And we should think about monthly meetups where we can offer workshops or discussions on various topics, self-discovery, healing, and personal growth. This way, we can keep nurturing the seeds of connection we plant during our first gathering. The guide, who had been observing with a serene smile, stepped forward. You are laying the groundwork for something truly significant. Remember, the most impactful movements begin with a simple idea, an idea nurtured by shared passion and commitment. You are sowing seeds of hope that will blossom into a garden of transformation. You felt a deep sense of gratitude for the guide's presence, recognizing their role in this journey. They had illuminated the path forward, and now it was up to you and your companions to walk it together. Let's finalize our plans for the first gathering, you suggested, feeling a surge of excitement. We can set a date, create a flyer, and start promoting it on social media. The sooner. Elena quickly pulled out her phone, ready to mark the date. 2 weeks it is. Let's make it a Saturday afternoon. More people are likely to be available then. As the group began to discuss the finer details, you felt a wave of enthusiasm wash over you. The vision was rapidly turning into a reality, and each member of the group was contributing their unique strengths. Let's create a flyer that captures the essence of the legacy of hope, you suggested. We can include our declarations, the purpose of the gathering, and the call to action for others to join us. Elena grinned. I can design it. I've always loved graphic design, and I want to make something that really speaks to the heart. Brilliant, you exclaimed. That way we can ensure it resonates with the audience we want to reach. The conversation flowed seamlessly, with everyone brainstorming ideas for the flyer. You discussed colors that represented hope, images that evoked connection, and words that ignited passion. It felt as if you were weaving a tapestry of purpose, each thread representing a unique aspect of your collective mission.